and the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Kyle here, and it is Sunday, and you know what that means. It's time for weekly purchases, that time of the week where we investigate what came through the door via DHL, Amazon, UPS, United States Postal Service, FedEx, and of course, that old outlaw to the north, old Waylon Jennings. This week, not the busiest week. I'm okay with that. 2 slow weeks. That's pretty good going into the holidays, because guess what? My kids need gifts, my parents need gifts, my wife needs gifts, everybody needs gifts. So yeah, I got to do that kind of stuff. So that's all right. I got to get a little break from the figures, and we got some stuff this week that we'll go through here, but not a ton of rounds of weekly purchases this week. But of course, we always start weekly purchases off with a little housekeeping, and this week, Patreon giveaway. Of course, last month, the Andre the Giant giveaway. This month, Gold Label McFarlane Toy Store exclusive, Batman as Santa Claus, Red Edition. Now, this is the perfect giveaway for November because you'll have this early December. So if you want to display it with your Christmas stuff, you want to give it a gift, whatever you want to do with it, perfect time of the year for this one. So this will be the giveaway for November. Of course, check out the Patreon link in the description below. Your best way to support the channel, but you get early access to both YouTube channels. We got 2 YouTube channels with videos every single day going on, so make sure you subscribe to both of those. But Patreon members get early access to both channels' videos early. You get bonus Q&As, you get pizza reviews, dog stuff, action figure photography. You get a lot of different stuff over there on the old Patreon, and more to come very, very soon, and more on that on a future date, we'll call it. We'll call it a future date. So this is this month's giveaway, the McFarlane Santa Batman. So check out the Patreon. And there you go. All right, that's the Patreon housekeeping. Now we got the toy reviews of the week recap here, and there was a lot going on this week on the channel. A lot of wrestling heavy stuff on the channels this week. Legends Greatest Hits, the Target exclusive. We did those ones. Check out those. Becky Lynch Top 5. We did the Becky Lynch on our Thursday Top 5 this week. Zombie Sailor Toys Heels and Faces Series 2. Not a lot of chatter about those. I really do think that the majority of the collectors buying the Zombie Sailor retro figures are actually leaving these on card. I haven't really seen anybody but myself have issues with the Bruiser Brody staining. The vest stained my figure pretty good. I heard from one other person that opened theirs that theirs was also stained. But I think the majority of people are leaving them on the card. And if you're doing that, hey, staining isn't a big issue to you, but Heels and Faces Series 2, we unboxed those this week on the channel. Check that one out. We also did some Royal Rumble Mattel Elites. We're working our way through that set. So much stuff going on. Crisscrossing of wrestling waves is what we got going on. But the Royal Rumble Elite set, we unboxed some of those this week on the channel. Of course, Tuesday tradition, Jack's Classic Superstars. Shout out to Jack's Classic Superstars. Well over 3 years doing videos, and we'll talk a little Classic Superstars in this week's pickups here. A lot of fun stuff with Jack's Classic Superstars every Tuesday on the channel. The sleeper videos of the channel is what I would say. There's so many videos on Classic Superstars. And I actually had a little business meeting this week with a special guest that knows a thing or two about Classic Superstars. So more on that very, very soon. So stay tuned for that. But a fun meeting, a fun conversation. One of a couple of fun conversations over the last couple of months. So stay tuned, like I did say. Halloween week this week, of course, Halloween stuff. We unboxed Captain Spaulding over there on the second channel there. Some NECA Captain Spauldings. We unboxed Leatherface, all Leatherface from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Unboxed that one. We did a Halloween toy hunt. You got to see me and my girls out there on the hunt. And on the hunt looking for WWE Legends as well. So check out the toy hunt this week, a Halloween themed edition. We also unboxed the Invisible Man and Wolfman. My dad joined us once again on the channel as we unboxed those together. So check out that video. We unboxed the Superpowers Batmobile on the Kyle Peterson 2.0 channel this week. And we also unboxed Sinestro Hawkman, Hawkman Chase Platinum Edition, and Mr. Freeze Chase Platinum Edition. We unboxed those as well on the channel this week on the Kyle Peterson 2.0 channel. We also did another figure hunt this week from my time in Springfield, Illinois on the 2.0 channel. So we got another toy hunt over there. Have the part 2 of that one coming this Monday on the Kyle Peterson 2.0. So once again, make sure you subscribe subscribe to that channel over there. A lot of stuff coming to that channel in the near future, so stay tuned for all that. We did some Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle unboxings this week with the new Space Yosagi figure from the cartoon line, Target exclusive as of right now. We unboxed Chuckles on the channel, of course, the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. We unboxed Chuckles. We are diving into some of these new Walmart exclusive G.I. Joe classified figures. Mole Rat went up on Friday. We got Shooter coming, and we also got the Crimson Alley Viper to come on the channel as well. So check out those Joe reviews. Man, a lot of Joes coming. I'm here for it. Keep the Joes, keep the wrestling coming. I'm here for it all day long. We unboxed Blue Beetle and Booster Gold McFarlane Toys. That's one of those ones that's been on Patreon for like 3-4 months. Finally put it on traditional YouTube. There's a lot of those videos over there, of course, on the Patreon channel. We also unboxed Flash and Superman, another one that's been on the Patreon for a heck of a long time that just never got around to for one reason or the other, but finally put those on YouTube. And like I said, there's a lot of that stuff. There's a lot of extra content on the Patreon channel, so check that one out. But that was kind of the week that was. Next week, going to be a very busy week as well. I got a toy show I'm going to on Saturday this week. I'm filming this on Friday, of course. It is the G.I. Joe Assembly Required, so I'm very excited for a little G.I. Joe show. And then I'm headed to Chicago next week for work, so we'll see what I get into on that. Then I'm back in town, and there's just a lot going out, a lot going on, of course, every single day. And that's just the way it goes. When you're a hard-working man, you're working for a living. That's what's going on. Special shout-out this week, my dad's birthday this week. Oh, my gosh, my dad is turning 49 years old this week. I can't believe it. Just seems like yesterday he was 48, but my dad's birthday is this week, so happy birthday to my dad. Of course, a continued guest on this channel, and I'm working hard. I'm working hard on him. I'm feeling like I'm getting pretty close. I'm going to talk to him about it this weekend a little bit. But Dad, you're watching this, and I'm looking at you right now, Dad. It's time for us to get that podcast going. It's going to be a weekly podcast where Kyle and Dad will have to think of a creative title. You guys think of a title, maybe I'll use it. Put it in the comment. Where we're going to answer a question every single week. It might be a 10-minute long podcast. It might be an hour-long podcast. You never know. It all depends on how good the question is. But we'll do maybe a podcast/video cast once a week. And Dad, you'll be the guest of honor on that one. Trust me, the people want to see you, Dad. So we're going to see that. I'll work on him a little bit. But tell everybody in the comments. My dad reads the comments. He loves a good comment. So you let him know that, hey, get that going. Let's get that going. Old Tom. Tom, you know Tom. So happy birthday to my dad. Give him a shout out for his birthday as well in the comments as well. So there you go. We continue on here. Like I said, I am going to Chicago next week. I'm going to hopefully hit a couple of toy stores while I'm there. We'll see if I get some time. Definitely picking up a pizza somewhere. I'm thinking about going to Bert's Place this week. Shout out to Bert's Place. Haven't been there in a while. I finally got to go to Pequod's a week or so ago. Thinking about going to Bert's Place. We'll see what happens with that one. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. That's all I can say. Check out the videos, subscribe to the channel, all that kind of fun stuff. So that's a little housekeeping. Now we get to get down to it. Let's get down to the question of the week. And this is a good question. And if you want to be the question of the week, put it in the comments down below, and you might be question of the week next week in weekly purchases. So there you go. But and this week's question comes from Siegel3407. Shout out to good brother Siegel, even extra, because he's an A's fan. Oh, representing the A's all day. But he says, as a fellow A's fan, and in honor of the 34th anniversary of the World Series win, what is your favorite Bash brother? And oh my gosh, are you kidding me? 34 years ago, I cannot believe it. I remember it just clear as day when the A's won the World Series and Dennis Eckersley got that last out to win. I went absolutely crazy. And it was, of course, I was staring at my grandparents out in the middle of the country. And of course, my grandparents lived on an acreage and stuff like that. So they were going to bed early. It was like 8 o'clock. Oh my gosh, I got to go to bed. Well, of course, the A's Giants being West Coast, it was a late game. So I stayed up late. And I remember waking up my grandparents screaming and yelling when the A's won the World Series, jumping up and down on the couch. Little Kyle, he was so excited. Little did he know the next year he was going to be even more excited when the Ultimate Warrior defeated Hulk Hogan. That was a heck of a 6-month run for me. Some may say it's never been topped. Who knows? But I'll never forget the A's winning that World Series. Quite the event. And what a team that A's one was. We talk about them all the time. We give a shout out all the time to good friend of the channel, Terry Steinbach. Of course, you got Ricky Henderson, Dave Parker, Bob Welch, Dennis Eckersley, Tony La Russa, Mark McGuire, Carney Lansford, Walt Weiss. We could go on for days on all the members of the A's, but my favorite Oakland A of all time and my favorite Bash brother, no doubt about it, Jose Canseco all day long. If you were a kid like me in the 80s, man, Jose Canseco was the bee's knees. Some may say he still is the bee's knees, but a huge Canseco fan. Absolutely love Jose. I got to meet him one time. It was a great experience. He dwarfed me, and I was a big dude at the time, and he dwarfed me even then. Loved Jose Canseco. Unfortunately for me, growing up in the Midwest, you basically had the Minnesota Twins, you had the Royals, and we would go to a game maybe every year. Maybe one year we go to a Royals game, the next year we go to a Twins game, whatever it may be, because we were kind of in the middle of the two. And every time we went to an Oakland A's versus the Twins, Oakland A's against the Royals, Jose Canseco would be on the injured list or just taking the day off. I could never see him, and I never got to see him live in person. I had the worst luck ever with that. Is what it is, I guess, at the end of the day. But no doubt about it, Jose Canseco still holds an all-timer for me. One of the greatest players of all time. Don't argue with me. I know people don't like him on the steroids thing because he told on everybody else, but man, everybody was doing it. Everybody was doing it. Jose was just leading the charge at the end of the day. So shout out to Jose Canseco. Shout out to the 89 A's. Oh, what a time to be alive. And it's truly what a time to be alive. When we get into it, the weekly purchases. All right, let's get down to business here. Let's get down to the weekly purchases, and I think we just got one round of weekly purchases this week. Like I said, a little bit of a light week. That's not a bad thing, if you ask me, at the end of the day. But let's start it off. Let's start off with some McFarlane toys. Did get this in the mail, one of those things you forgot you ordered. It's the new Ammo Accessory Pack 3 from McFarlane Toys. So we'll run through this one. We'll probably have this next week on the Kyle Peterson 2.0 channel, so look forward to that. Some crazier guns on this one. A little bit more color to them, I would say. First impressions out of the 3 different gun ammo packs, this is probably my least favorite, but we'll see. We'll dive into it on the channel. Stay tuned for that. But that's not it for DC McFarlane. I did pick this up at Entertainment Earth. Got to get a deal. Discount code Kyle, save 10%. I did get Anti-Monitor, a deluxe figure that kind of feels like not super deluxe. It almost gives me Omega Spawn vibes. Hopefully not in the same way that video did. Oh my gosh, an all-timer on the channel. People still comment on that one. But it's kind of a smaller deluxe figure in some ways. But he should be a big, giant dude. But it is Anti-Monitor. We'll unbox this one as well. Doing a lot of McFarlane unboxings on that new channel. We're also doing Turtle unboxings over there. A few different things. Trying to mix it up as it's a little bit wrestling heavy on this channel. Maybe G.I. Joe heavy, some may say. But doing some of the superhero stuff, Turtle stuff, and some other things over on that other channel. So make sure, once again, you subscribe to that very YouTube channel. And speaking of Ninja Turtles, we already unboxed this on the channel this week. I couldn't wait. Had to get after it. But it is Usagi Yojimbo right there. Of course, Target exclusive, at least as of right now, probably permanently. Space Usagi, we unboxed him on the channel. But we're not done with some new Turtles this week. I did go to Best Buy. Yes, Best Buy. And if you're not hitting your Best Buy, what are you waiting for? There's some deals over there. They got Super 7 figures, NECA figures, Hasbro figures, and Mattel. They've got a decent toy aisle at Best Buy right now. So if you haven't been there in a while, it might be one of those stores you check maybe once a month, once every couple of weeks. Not every day like a Target, Walmart, but there's some deals to be had there. They had the Nightfall Batman on sale for $20 this week when I was there. But I did go there and I did find the Foot Enforcer, a guy that's just enforcing feet wherever he goes. I did pick this up at Best Buy this week, so there is some stuff out there if you're missing it. And then one that came out of the blue, just like the Foot Enforcer, I guess a Walmart exclusive Last Ronin figure, a brand new one showing up at Walmart. I saw 3 of these this week, but it is black and white edition, so a little artsy there in the turtle department, but Last Ronin coming through Walmart's. Head to your Walmarts, you might find it if you're looking. And then I did order this from Entertainment Earth way back, and I forgot to cancel it. Thankfully, it is technically an army builder, but I already have 2. Do I need 3 of these? I'm not sure. I'm either going to have 3 in my collection, or we might use this as a future giveaway. A lot of times I'll give away some of this stuff I accidentally order, but I did get this from Entertainment Earth. Of course, discount code Kyle, save 10% all in-stock items. Over $79, does ship free. Got all these gargoyle figures. I got the complete collection I need to unbox. I'm looking at Kyle Peterson 2.0. We're doing a Turtles Tuesday with the Super 7 Ultimates. Might transition to like a Gargoyle Sunday or something where we work our way through all the Gargoyle figures on Sundays. We'll see what happens with that. Stay tuned. More to come on that. And then a line that I'm very excited for. I really enjoyed the first set of Ultimates from Super 7 on. We'll see how this set goes here, but it is Super 7 the worst. Yes, the worst Ultimate. So I did get these through, once again, from Entertainment Earth. But we got the, what is it, Black Falcon? Yeah, Black Falcon. So I got him in this week. And then I got his partner, the old Robot Reaper. So I got 2 of these Ultimates in the door this week from Entertainment Earth, shipping right now if you're into them. Anxious to see how these look. I like these kind of fun figures that you can kind of put wherever you want, choose your own adventure with. Kind of do like those. So we'll see where those end up going. This week, of course, greatest hits, the Target exclusives. Got Terry Funk right here. Got Ultimate Warrior. Of course, these are my mint on card ones as I'm a double up club member on Terry Funk and Ultimate Warrior. We unboxed all the other ones on the channel this week. I got all the loose ones, so definitely check out those videos. You don't want to miss those. A pretty fun set, and dare I say a sleeper set, and one of those sets that really could rise in value because it's kind of in and out really quick compared to some of the other Legends we've seen. So we're going to see how that goes. These might be very costly figures in the future. We'll see what happens with that. But I did get those, the whole line as well. Check them out. Good shout out to good brother Jeremy, a local collector here. He sent me a little message, said, hey, Target got these in, and I was literally right down the street, and my wife and me, we went into that store, and if you saw my figure hunting video, my wife was just sprinting. She was all hopped up on Halloween candy and margarita mix, I think is what she was drinking, but she was all hopped up, and she was sprinting through the aisles as a joke, and I'm sitting there filming her, and then she came up on Jeremy there, and I think probably scared him, but she got a set for me right there, and of course I was there as well. But quite the fun Halloween adventure this week. Check out that figure hunt. You won't regret it, or maybe you will. I don't know. We'll see. Walmart coming in this week, G.I. Joe Classified Series, Crimson Alley Viper. We got that through the door, and apparently I ordered too many of those. I don't know what I was thinking. I also have pulse orders on the way. Apparently I ordered 3 of these. I'm not exactly sure how I did that. We'll see what ends up happening. I think I'm going to probably take one back to Walmart is probably what I'm going to do. I think 2 would be enough for me at the end of the day. So I got those. We also got Mole Rat. Oh my gosh, Mole Rat, what is he doing? This is an interesting one. Check out the unboxing on the channel. And then the final piece here is Jody Shooter Craig. How about Jody Shooter Craig coming in hot this week as well? Very interesting Joe collection. We got more Joes coming very soon, so stay tuned to the channel. Got a whole nother wave with Shockwave, General Hawk coming, some more Dreadnoks as well. A lot of stuff. If you're a G.I. Joe fan, man, it's a golden age to be a collector. There's no doubt about it. Got to give a good brother shout out to David Thanos, Patreon member, longtime viewer of the channel. He sent me these in the mail this week. Nice surprise, getting a surprise, but it is G.I. Joe stands, the classified stands. He has no need for these stands. I do, so he was very nice to send me these stands. I absolutely love these. I can't believe Hasbro Pulse doesn't sell a 10-pack of stands. I think that needs to be done. And yes, speaking of stands, Ringside Collectibles, hopefully stands are coming in stock very soon. They usually get them around this time for the holidays. I would tell you guys, pro tip out there, figure out how many stands you need for the year and then double it and then order them all at once. You'll be money ahead at the end of the day. There's nothing worse than needing a stand and not having one. I'm swimming in stands all the time because I loaded up. I bought like 50 of them 2 years ago. I still have a lot, but I'm still going to order some more just in case. You just never know. But thank you, David, once again for sending me those stands. They'll go into a good home, go into good use right there. And then we're going to finish it off. We've got 2 more things this week, and they're Classic Superstars related. Very, very rare for me to have Classic Superstar purchases because I've got them all pretty much. I got a loose set and a mint on card set. However, I've been working my way unboxing these. Of course, you see them every single Tuesday on the channel. Check out those videos, like I said. But I accidentally thought I had a double of this to unbox when I didn't because I thought I had loose ones. It gets to be a mess, and I thought I must have sold them along the way somewhere because I thought I had this. Long story short, I had to buy something over again, but it's a very good one here. It is one of my favorite packs. It's the 3-pack Cactus Jack, Sabu, Terry Funk, an all-timer, the Walmart exclusive back in the day. Had to get this one here, so I will be unboxing this in the channel. Patreon members, you'll probably see this fairly soon. Non-Patreon members, I think we got well over a year of videos already up on Patreon of Classic Superstars. I could quit this channel, and I think Classic Superstars videos would go into 2025 at this point. So that's how far ahead we are on those. But you know me, I'm just a classics guy at the end of the day. Love me some Classic Superstars. More on that very, very soon on the channel. Stay tuned to that. You won't want to miss that announcement very soon. But then we finish it off with a crown jewel here, and this is something I always have in my eBay save searches, is Giant Gonzalez Classic Superstar. I am desperately looking for a South America, Argentina kind of color variant of this one. It's like a more of a gray color. I have never seen one in person. That's the only place they've really come from. I think maybe China had some back in the day. Man, oh man, I got to find that one. That's one of the holy grail items I'm looking for. Not sure if it'll ever happen. But I was also looking for this one, as I've had multiples of this one on card over the year. It is the Giant Gonzalez Real Fur Edition. As we do know, there was the regular edition and then Real Fur put on the figure as a little chase variant one. Well, this Giant Gonzalez right here. This is the real fur edition, and somebody put it up for sale on eBay. I don't think they had really an idea of what they had. I think this was probably in some kid's collection. He had it and he was just selling it, or his parents were selling it, and said, oh, Giant Gonzalez, he sells for like 50 bucks. Perfect, I'll put him up. Well, I shot a hot offer on this one, ended up picking this one up. Loose, of course, but it is the real fur edition. Stopped me from having to buy one to unbox. Absolutely love the idea of this. So very cool. I know a lot of people give Jack some gruff every once in a while, but man, stuff like this, just an absolute all-timer. Mattel, I'm putting out the challenge. I want one real fur edition figure. Give Shawn Michaels some chest hair. Do something. Let's get some real fur. Let's do a little nod to the past. I think it would be a funny inside joke, and I think some people would enjoy it. It'd be something different. Let's do it. But they did it a few times at Jack's over the years, and one of the most famous ones, one of the rarest ones, is this Giant Gonzalez Classic Superstar. So there it is. I'm looking around. Nothing else. That is the weekly purchases this week. A light week, and like I said, I need a few more light weeks here as we gear up towards the holidays. Presents need to be bought at the end of the day. So a light week this week. We'll see what's going on next week. Next week could be fairly light as well. There's nothing really in the stores I'm hunting too hard, and I don't know of any pre-orders that are coming in, so it'll be an interesting week next week as well. Stay tuned, that's all I can say. And the best way to do that is, of course, to subscribe to this very YouTube channel and the other YouTube channel. Of course, thumbs up this video and all the other videos. It always helps the channel's growth, as you guys know, when you thumbs up the videos. Of course, leave me a comment down below. Let me know your question of the week for next week. Whatever you want to talk about, we can talk about it. So hit up the old question of the week, and then we'll have a lot of other stuff to talk about next week as well, from my trip to Chicago and all the hilarity that'll ensue along the way, I'm sure. Make sure you subscribe to the channels. Don't forget about Patreon for this month's giveaway, early access to the videos, all that kind of stuff. And best of all, you do support the channel. You can also support the channel, ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget social media, SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, and on Instagram. So, for the weekly purchases, you know what I'm doing. I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way to Chicago. And I'll see you guys all real soon.